In the previous episode, we went back and defeated the Queen Slime because we had done all of the mechanical bosses, but of course I hadn't done Queen Slime yet, so may as well go do that. And in today's episode, we're going to do the Lich, which I have to collect pumpkins for. You have to deposit pumpkins into the phylactery at the graveyard in order to summon him. Also, I need an instant platform, so maybe one would be fine. Let's get two just in case. I've had an interesting couple days. So first thing, I don't think I'm gonna end up doing Star Wars Outlaws on the channel, right? Oh, maybe I don't need to do that because I already have platforms over there at the dungeon. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna do Star Wars Outlaws, I think. I looked at all of the reviews that came out today, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this game isn't for me. So I don't think this game is going to be a fun one for me. So I think we're going to skip over that. That's thing number one. Thing number two, I burned my fingers pretty bad. I did it on a burner that I didn't know had been used on our oven. And so the back of my fingers hit it, and it hurts really bad. Really, really bad. This is now day 2 of it. I tried to do Hades yesterday with the burn, and it was really hard to play with a controller. It's like really hard to do anything work-wise too, because it's like, even like I can't paint right now, but definitely doing 3D printing stuff is also just like a pretty big ask as well. It's kind of brutal, very painful. Second thing, no, that would be the second thing. Third thing. Have you ever been in a public space? I'm getting this all out of the way so we can defeat the boss. Have you ever been in a public space like a movie theater, and like someone keeps being very distracting and annoying, like getting on their phone or something like that? Something similar happened to us the other day. There was a person it was a kid who was just like pounding his feet like over and over, like thud 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 thud, and just because he was bored, and his mom was trying to get him to stop. Like she was trying to be kind of like, I don't know, what's the word for it? She's trying to be subtle about it, like being like, hey, you need to stop. Like, hey, stop, like, please stop. And he just would not. And then finally, it had gone on for like several minutes. And I was like, you know what? I should probably like tell this kid to stop because it's really annoying. And all of the people around us aren't. They're not stepping in to be like, hey, kid, like, stop. You're being really dumb. And nobody did. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Maybe I should. I don't want to like step on the lady's authority over her child. I don't want to do that. Maybe that's what everybody else is thinking. And then she tells him to stop one last time, and he gets so upset that he, instead of just like banging his feet on the ground, starts like stomping on her foot. I was like, all right, that's it. Like, this kid clearly does not want to listen to his mom at all, and like the rest of his family just were ignoring him, which is a whole other issue. I think that's probably part of the reason why he's doing it too, maybe, you know, something to consider. Wasn't there an eyeball in here that I was about to kill? It just disappeared. That was odd. So I reached over, and because I was behind him, I tapped his shoulder. Not hard, but, you know, enough that he wouldn't not notice it, right? Like, it's very obvious that someone was tapping his shoulder. He turns around, and, you know, I'm 35. I'm relatively fit. I've got a beard. And so to this, like, you know, 13-year-old kid, I am an old man, right? Like, let's be honest, that's what's going on in his head. And I look over at him as he looks me dead in the eyes. Now, he was not expecting someone to be tapping on his shoulder, and I shushed him, kind of not rudely, but very pointedly shushed him, and he proceeded to completely lock up. He turned around and didn't move at all. Just like went completely still. I petrified this kid. And unfortunately, his mom and everybody else did not see it happen, but everybody else around us saw me do it. And I got like the nods of like, well done, you know, kind of like nod from a lady next to me, And it was so funny. And my wife was cracking up because this kid just like immediately stopped. It just would not do it. So here's my tip to you guys before we do this boss fight. If you have someone like that in a public place being really distracting, such as like being on a phone in a movie theater, I think that's the best example. Just tell them to stop, because most people aren't expecting to be confronted, and the moment that you hit them with confrontation, you embarrass the hell out of them, and they'll stop most of the time, unless they're actually a terrible human being, in which case, I don't know, call a manager or something. Oh, it needs to be nighttime for this? Oh, come on now. That's not fair. All right, now it's nighttime. Had to sleep through all of that. Speaking of sleep, I am so tired. I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but it's one of those like handful of weeks back to back that's just making me so tired. Hopefully I'm able to do this boss without failing too miserably. I don't have any renewable attacks really, or rather attacks that have you know, no way of giving me exhaustion, which is kind of annoying. I've got the ricochets, but I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to swap to these for a bit. I could use bombs, actually, maybe. Bomb them. So far, so good on this boss fight. I'm enjoying this. I'm curious. Oh, yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna start tossing those at me. Oh my goodness, I got double hit there. Wow, those things do a lot of damage, huh? Just keep that in mind. Maybe this one's better for this boss fight. Oh, wow. Okay, he teleports. Oh my goodness, he teleports. Oh my goodness. What did he even do there? So he teleported and then launched a few things. Now, what made that more difficult is that my weapon throws down those little circles on the screen, and then they go and shoot after him. But the problem with that is when I, you know, when I go and move past and there's a bunch of projectiles coming at me, they don't look like mine. So I had a hard time seeing what was going on there. It's annoying that, okay, here's the thing. So after recently restarting the Calamity playthrough, that's a weird way to put it. After continuing the Calamity playthrough, after I took a couple week break, I am realizing how much it absolutely sucks in Thorium that your health doesn't come back after each attempt. That's like a nice quality of life thing. But do I not have enough pumpkins? I did plant a bunch in between episodes, so let's get some of these. But it feels like a really nice quality of life thing that if you could have it like that just in the base game, it would make a lot of sense. But I understand why it's not there. It's just it's odd. Like, it feels like a very dated mechanic in the game that could easily be changed and nothing would really change, in my opinion. So I don't know, maybe they should we should change that in one of these updates. I think it would make a difference to me, at least, just because I'm constantly doing boss fights, like very difficult boss fights in all these mods. But then again, you know, that's why Calamity has that, because they know that you're going to be using it. Okay, there's his teleport thing. All right, so I just keep moving then. Just keep moving. Maybe I use the ricochets because I can kind of keep a little bit more of a distance, you know? Let's dash. Wait for my exhaustion to go back down. So I can then go to this one. Which, yeah, the damage on this weapon is very strong. But if he starts teleporting, I gotta stop firing this weapon off. I like this boss fight. It's kind of chill. It's just a bullet hell. There's just a lot of stuff to dodge, right? It's not like it's particularly difficult. It's just like, hey, let's just make a bullet hell that is not crazy. And I'm so far enjoying this. I'm gonna try to dodge completely out of that. Doing the circles again, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's keep dodging. All right, let's go back to the collider. Oh, what just happened? Oh, he's gone full on like Mr. Death. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Come on, Zane. Keep it together, baby. straight up. Oh, or use my my hallowed armor dash or dash dodge to prevent damage. Oh my goodness. I was hoping I could outrange it. No, he got me. What was that? How did he do that? I know my knockback, getting knocked back because I don't have immunity to it, gets me stuck in his thing, but I felt like he got way too fast at the end. I could not get away from him. Just go ahead and heal with the potion. Try that one more time before it gets light, I think. I do enjoy this boss fight, though. I don't know if he's going to actually drop anything that we can use, but it would feel real bad if he doesn't. And it would just reinforce the feeling of like, man, I kind of feel like hard mode thrower feels a little forgotten about at times, which is unfortunate because it is a cool idea, but it does also feel like budget rogue, and it's not a great place to be in either. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like split. I like the rogue a lot in Calamity, but it's a different mod, right? So you got to kind of separate your thoughts about it. And if they went a little bit more all in on the thrower idea of like, no, let's have a class where the whole point is to like throw things, and then eventually like towards the end of the playthrough, you're like a Jedi, just like throwing furniture and whatnot. Like that would be kind of fun. That's a silly example, but you know, it would be a way to change it up a little bit so it doesn't just feel like you're another budget rogue. Oh my goodness, this little thing is really hard to dodge. Wow. I don't even know what to do with that. Okay, I think the trick is I totally forgot about the jungle. I've totally forgotten about life fruit. I've totally forgotten about chlorophyte. Everything. So let's go to the jungle and get some of that stuff, right? I probably should have been doing this while telling you guys about my stories from this last weekend, but the problem about that is I totally forgot. So we're just got to cruise with it now and get this stuff all collected. I know I've got the tomahawks that I can make with the chlorophyte, so that's a weapon option for us, definitely, and maybe we try to get that. There's also playing cards, so you could like be Gambit, which is such a cool thing for the mod to do. And in fact, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, Gambit is my favorite X-Men. So I feel like that would be like the way that I would want to play thrower. It's just like throwing magical cards and whatnot. Like that sounds perfect. Like forget all the ideas I had before. Like just throwing the cards, playing cards. That's awesome. But yeah, you buy it from the party girl, and we don't have the party girl, so not an option for us right now. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna drop a bunch of this stuff that I'm not using anymore into our storage, and then we're gonna go to chlorophyte. Why do I not what do I need? What? Did I just put it in? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Max stack. Boom. So we have 25 of them. We can make the tomahawks. Do I want to make the tomahawks? What's the extractinator? Placing the stuff into it turns them into something more useful. Place contaminated blocks into the extractinator, purify them. Other items may have interesting effects. That's interesting. But that may not be that useful. None of these give me thrower benefits for armor, so we're going to skip over that. But I think maybe I just go with the tomahawks. So let's make like, how much should it make? Oh, I'm full. My thing there is full. Interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably make the upgrades to that. So upgrade, let's do hallowed. I can make 3 of them. So let's upgrade our storage, please. There we go. That's a little bit better. Where did my chlorophyte go? Let's search for chlorophyte. There we go. Okay, let's just max stack these. Get a bunch. Maybe they'll be pretty good. I mean, they've got, I just walked into that slime. They have 83 damage. Oh my goodness. Die, slime. Die. Slime is going to kill me. Oh, that's interesting. They do like a, okay. That might not be too good on this boss fight. I mean, we could try it, obviously, but that doesn't feel great. So we're going to have to potentially experiment with that one. What are my other options? I know there's a weapon that comes from the Lich. There's the playing cards. Obviously, I think that would be pretty good, but we don't have the party girl. Maybe I can get her to move in. What's a soul bomb? Okay, soul bomb from the Lich as well. Okay, so we don't really have as many options as I would prefer as I look at this list of throwing weapons, which kind of sucks. What about Stalker's Snippers? Yeah, you heard me say it. It comes from the Scissor Stalker. Okay, what is that? What is the Scissor Stalker? It's... I've never seen this before. This is a thorium thing. Is a hard mode enemy, only spawns during a solar eclipse. Okay. Yeah, we're not getting that anytime soon. You know what? Interesting though. Scissor Stalker. What a weird enemy type. Oh my goodness, we did it. Yikes. That took a long time for me to do. I've been playing for almost an hour and a half. So I went... I just decided I didn't want to talk anymore. I was too tired. But I went to the jungle, maxed out my life fruit. It's been several in-game days of me just like farming, getting pumpkins, going back over. I think I'll put a lot of my failed attempts in. Probably not all of them because there was a lot. But it was always that last little bit that seemed to get me with the Lich, where he would like do really annoying movements, and then I would get hit and then knocked back, and the knockback would end up killing me. So kind of sucked, not gonna lie. We got the throwing weapon though, the Unpleasant Soul Cleaver. Rapidly throws a large piercing cleaver that lowers enemies' defense. Overuse of this weapon exhausts you, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty nice. And we also got the soul bombs. Throwing damage, consumable, blah, blah, blah. Cursed cloth. What does this make? It makes a summon. It makes a cape. very fabric of this cape has been designed to guide you through the toughest days. You quickly gain up to 20% damage reduction over time. Getting hit briefly reduces this bonus to minus 10% damage reduction. While this bonus is above 0, you gain up to 2 life recovery and 1 block. And block 1 damage attacks. Pretty nice, actually. Decaying Sorrow is a ranged weapon. We got a healer weapon. And we got a throwing set. Wow, okay, I'm kind of shocked that the Lich gives us a throwing set. You would think the Lich gives us a healer set, but no, it's interesting. Okay, Lich. I'm probably gonna have to find it a second time, aren't I? I guarantee you I will. That. Get that Lich cowl. Lich pants. Or talon, sorry. Oh no, I guess I get to just do it the once. Nice. And the carapace. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, don't we look cool? Haha, I'm ready for Halloween. What was this other thing we got? The phylactery. Taking fatal damage will instead return you to 25% life every 4 minutes. Life recovery is increased while the phylactery is not on cooldown. We're going to hold on to that for sure. Okay, and then I guess I'll put the hallowed stuff away. Yeah. This gives me killing an enemy will increase or will release a soul fragment. Touching a soul fragment greatly increases your movement and throwing speed briefly. Huh. Cool. I like having all oh, we got the Lich mask too. Interesting. Which doesn't look as cool because of that effect. But that's fine. All right, and then let's check out what this weapon does. What does it look like? Okay, it's got some drop off. But it does have the enemy defense being lowered, which is really nice. And then the soul bomb. See what this looks like. It's bomb. Cool. Cool. All right, I feel pretty good about that progress. What's next up? After the Lich, we're gonna do Plantera. After how much time I've spent in the jungle in the last hour, I do not want to go do that.